In this video series, you will learn how to stitch a tulle overlay skirt. We shall first sew the inner and outer layers of the skirt. These will then be gathered and stitched onto a waistband. Watch the previous videos to learn how to cut the material. To stitch a skirt, you will need your cut material, a sewing machine, some thread, a measuring tape, a ruler, some pins, a piece of chalk, a safety pin, and a pair of scissors. Spread out the two pieces of fabric cut for the inner layer on top of the table. We shall begin by joining them along the side seams. Make sure the edges of both layers are aligned together. You may now stitch the layers together along the 40-inch sides. Start with a reverse stitch, a 1/4 inch from the raw edge. Keep adjusting the layers of fabric to make sure that they are aligned properly as you stitch them down into position. Maintain the seam allowance as you proceed to the other end. Cut the thread and stitch a seam joining the opposite ends as well. Once this is done, make sure that your stitches are uniform. We shall now hem the border of the inner layer. To do this, mark a series of points an inch from the unstitched edge as shown. Once this is done, hold the top layer and fold down the edge so it falls on the 1-inch line as shown. Now, make a second fold and finger press to set a crease. Pin the fabric as you fold along the entire length. Continue doing this all the way around with the edges of both pieces. We shall now stitch the fold in place. Place the fold under the needle and start stitching along its inner edge as shown. Adjust the skirt in order to have only one of the two layers ready for the stitch. Remove the pins as they approach the needle. Continue stitching till you reach the starting point and finish with a reverse stitch. You have now learned how to stitch the inner fabric layer of a tulle skirt. Watch the next video to learn how to stitch a tulle overlay.